Wow, Court Bauer's got something going on, baby.
Right. 75 million screens, Fat Mac. That's potential for a lot of ratings.
That's true. That's, 75 million. They could even bring it into a bar, Pasty.
Yes.
One
we
of those
talked about that
bars
last week.
has Fubo Sports Play.
Put on that Fubo. And they put on the Vikings-Packers game. No.
Right? They just thought he was a special kid asking for football. I want my Fubo. I better go. Hey, Pasty. The NWA is prepping for its big return with the premiere of Primetime Live.
Yeah.
Yes, Pasty, the old PTL will be similar to the original run of TNA.
Reminds me of TRL, Total Request Live.
With a weekly, reasonably priced pay-per-view. Episodes for this weekly pay-per-view show can be purchased separately or part of a 4-episode bundle. Single episodes will be purchased through Fight for $7.99 each, or a 4-episode bundle can be purchased for $23.99. Single episodes are also available for $11.99 through
Why would you pay that?
So this is interesting. They're going back the way of how TNA started, back when TNA was a part of NWA.
Yeah.
It didn't work good for TNA.
No.
I personally bought a handful of these pay-per-views, and I enjoyed every one, but I can't drop $8 a week for a pay-per-view.
I would if it was Talking Shop.
I couldn't even drop $8 a week for that. That's
Well, I mean, you have to pay their Patreon
spendy.
to even listen to their podcast. So I mean, it's
Right.
like,
Yeah, that's again, good for them. It's good that NWA is making moves and stuff.
it's
and
a bit of a risky maneuver, I think.
It is. So
I mean, either they make money or
especially
they
today.
won't, and if they're not doing shows, they're not making money. So it's worth a shot.
That's true, but then you look at like when TNA started it back in 2002, there was no streaming services, there was no WWE Network, YouTube didn't have wrestling shows on it. Like you couldn't get free wrestling back then, other than
Yeah, but
watching
you
it
can
live on
watch
TV.
NWA on YouTube right now.
I know.
Why can't
But
they
what-
just take the ad revenue and go and have
I mean,
fun?
that's what I'm saying. It's back then. TNA didn't do great, and that was when there was no other way to watch wrestling other than to pay for it.
Yeah.
Now there's so much free stuff. I
This
go back to
doesn't- It doesn't make a
MLW.
lot of sense.
No, it's like these two guys, these small companies that I love and I've been rooting for, they seem to be each of them making a big mistake. And I could be wrong. I'm not a businessman. I've never owned a wrestling company, but
Maybe they're just suicidal. Maybe they want to go bankrupt so like AEW can buy them out or something.
suicidal, genocidal, homicidal.
I mean, they buy them out and then everybody gets merged into the company and they still got jobs and it's like, yeah, why not? I guess. And it's better than just folding and saying COVID killed us, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess. I don't know.
That's
I
the
don't know if
ego
there's
of
any
it, I
better.
think. I don't know. I could be completely off in my judgment there too. It's a shot in the dark guess, but that's
Right.
to me what it feels like is it's a march towards the edge of the cliff, you know.
Yeah.
Well, last week we told you about Rey Mysterio's new cartoon series coming to Cartoon Network Latin. And this week we get to announce a manga series starring Tetsuya Naito is coming to North America, titled New Japan Academy. Yen Press is publishing, and it will be out October digitally. The series follows Naito as a teenager attempting to become the top star of New Japan Pro Wrestling. I like that. And I like that it's available in America.
My son's excited for this one. He likes reading manga, and I told him about it, and he knows I'm a huge Naito fan. He's watched some matches, but he doesn't watch a lot of New Japan at all. He just knows
I just
Okada.
want to see
Naito
Naito drawn in manga fashion. I bet he's so cute.
He is so cute in real life. I'd bang him. Put my dick in his ass. Watch
Not
him
as a
open that-
teenager, I hope.
Watch him open that one eye for me to give him the old money shot. That depends on what age teenager. 18, 19, sure, why not?
Okay, Velveteen Dream.
Speaking of Velveteen Dream, Pasty, he has nothing to do with this next news article.
Should have just flowed right into it. Would have been great.
I know, right? World Wrestling Network has announced Eddie Kingston's Grindhouse event taking place in Port Richey, Florida on September 26th.
Can we go?
I want to go.
Fuck, that sounds good right there. Don't even tell me any more details. I'm sold.
All right, moving on. Actually, just take your headphones off, and I'll let our listeners know what's coming on.
Okay.
The promotion is mostly shrouded in mystery at this time, with Kingston leaving a brief message on his YouTube channel asking for willing fighters to come through. However, Kingston's aura does certainly set a tone for the promotion. We do know the veteran voice of WWN, Lenny Leonard, will be calling the action as head commentator. We should expect more updates from WWN as the date draws near, and we will keep you informed.
I want to see this as Eddie Kingston's Raw Underground, but it actually works because they're hardcore badass dudes doing hardcore badass things.
It would be fun.
That would be good.
I'm curious, too, if AEW would allow some of his contingent to make an appearance.
Yeah.
You know, see the Lucha Brothers and them.
Yeah. I want to see Butcher and the Blade get their hands dirty. You know, for a heel tag team, they've been very clean the entire time they've been in AEW.
They have. Especially with names like Butcher and Blade.
Yeah, right? Could get real bloody in the Grindhouse. I expect that with Eddie Kingston's name being stapled to the front of it.
There you go.
Yes. Sounds good. Sounds damn good. On Memorial Monday, Ring of Honor revealed via YouTube the bracket for their Pure Title Tournament Redux. Restart. A historic championship in the company and one of Fat Mac's favorite championships of all time.
Yes, 100.
The Pure Title is returning in 2020M. And the competition is stacked with talent worthy of the gold. For a more comprehensive look at the history of this esteemed title, Ring of Honor has also published an overview of every Pure Title victory in the history of the belt so far. This ranges from the first match between AJ Styles and CM Punk all the way to the unification match between Bryan Danielson and Nigel McGuinness years later. And I can't wait to see this legacy kick off once more.
And I was thinking, Pasty, it'd be fun for you and I to just go through the blocks and the brackets and pick who we think could win out of everybody.
Yes.
If you're down for that.
Oh, always.
Hey, there you go. It could even maybe be a tiebreaker on whatever week this ends or something like that. I don't know. Or just do it for fun, or I don't know. Either way, Block A, Pasty, we see Jay Lethal versus Dalton Castle. David Finlay versus Rocky Romero. Silas Young versus Fred Yeehee. Tracy Williams versus Rust Taylor. You want to knock out Block B for us?
Yes. In Block B, we have Jonathan Gresham versus Wheeler Yuta. Delirious versus Matt Seidel, who may be delirious after All Out.
Yeah.
Man, him... can you just imagine him and Matt Hardy laid up backstage together after their matches?
Poor guys.
Josh Woods versus Kenny King. And PJ Black versus Tony Deepin. It could be Deppin, but I like Deepin better.
It is Deppin, but I like Deepin. Yeah, I agree. Who do you think out of all these 16 young fellers? Who do you see maybe walking home with the brand new redux of the Pure Title? Remember, they were going to do this earlier this year and ended up having to cancel due to COVID. So some of these names have changed up from the original.
Yeah, are we picking one in both block?
I was just going to pick one to win it all. I don't know, and then I guess whoever.
I mean, Block A is just difficult. Let's go with one. Block A is difficult. Block B.
Go for one in each block. We can do that.
All right.
Tasty A. Tasty B. And then you pick your A first. I'll pick my B first. How's that go? Or do you want me to do it the other way?
No, you do Block A first. You've had more time to think about this.
I haven't, but that's all right. I'm gonna go with for Block A. I'm gonna go with.
There's so many good options in Block A. I just want to say that right off the bat. Like Block B is far easier to pick.
The one I was gonna pick is in Block B, like for the all around winner. So I'm gonna go with. I'll go with. It's a long shot because he's an older feller, but I'm going Rocky Romero because I love the son of a bitch.
I really want to say that, but at the same time, I'm going Dalton Castle.
He was my other guy. I figured it was
not that I feel like he's a pure champion, but as the first one, it works. And I love Dalton Castle, and anytime I can see him draped in gold, I'm all for it. Jay Lethal's good. David Finlay, I wouldn't be surprised. Silas Young, that's a pretty stacked category.
It is.
For Block B though, man, Matt Seidel just did hit that AEW stuff. But I'm going to go with Kenny King.
Oh, sounds good. And he definitely fits it to a T. But I'm going to pick the guy who, when I first saw his name, I was like, he has pure champion written all over him. Jonathan Gresham.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
He might be, might be a little obvious, but I wouldn't be disappointed.
Yeah.
He'd do the history well.
So then Block A has it's going to be, 4 rounds of tournament then?
Sure.
Or is this all done in one night?
I don't know. You just read it. That's all we got to go on, buddy. I'm guessing it's going to be multiple nights, is my guess.
I would hope so. This is looking really good.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to have so many good matches coming from this and onward with the pure title. I'll tell you what, I can't wait to see what comes.
Or goes.
Which brings us to comings and goings, Pasty.
Ow, let's get to it. WWE reportedly released several employees on Thursday. PW Insider reports one source believes there was more than 60 staffers let go on Thursday. Woo! Most of these cuts were already furloughed or working in departments that aren't very active due to the coronavirus pandemic. It was noted that travel and live events departments were hit the hardest this week, which is due to the lack of work needed from those departments because of how WWE's schedule was impacted by COVID-19. Confirmed releases as of this writing include staff writer Anthony Beningo, producer Sarah Stock, producer Mike Rotunda, and Gerald Briscoe. And boy, the safety net for Bray Wyatt just got a lot thinner, didn't it?
Oh, his papa's out.
His sister's out. Is Bo Dallas gone already?
No, Bo's still there.
Where?
Somehow.
Where is he?
Probably at home, but he's still collecting a paycheck. He's still collecting a paycheck.
Yeah, I don't know if this is really bad for Bray Wyatt or really good for Bray Wyatt, because this could get him out of the company into some place that will actually respect his ability to be a character. But
yeah. I have to say, though, I hope it doesn't happen before we get to see The Fiend versus Willow.
That would be so cool. I didn't even think about that.
Well, that's Jeff Hardy's been putting that out on media, on his social media, that he wants to bring Willow into the WWE.
Yeah, Vince is gonna say, if this gets over with people, I'm out of touch. And then it's gonna get over, and then he's just gonna say, no, you're not doing this anymore.
Right, exactly. Yeah, but I don't care if
that's a scary place, because you're willing to give the Willow gimmick to Vince, then, right? I'm assuming he has to sell the soul of the character.
Not necessarily. I think Jeff Hardy's big enough that he could finagle it to be his own.
It's gonna have only one L in it or something. I mean, Broken Matt was Woken Matt, so.
Yeah.
No, that would be some intense shit.
It'd be interesting, that's for sure.
Could we throw Demon Balor in there?
Sure, I don't care.
He hasn't been the demon since they were supposed to do that Sister Abigail versus Pumpkinhead match. So that would make sense for him to come back for that. He could even be Pumpkinhead again. That could be a Hell in a Cell, and it would probably suck.
I don't want to see Pumpkinhead. It was sad. But
And of course, Gerald Briscoe, fucking